Well, I hope you enjoyed our 4 days of spring. We're right into summer weather this week, and that includes some severe weather too. Had some large hail produced this morning and some wind gusts too with this line of storms that came through earlier. This is a look at radar imagery from mid-morning this morning. And that's the first of two possible rounds of severe weather today. Produced quite some hail around Wilmer and Grove City. This is large hail, anywhere from golf ball to softball size hail, and then that same storm continued. This is Luck, Wisconsin. Some large hail there as well. And the storms that we see later today have the potential for hail too, but the more significant thing we're going to be watching is a possible tornado threat with this second round of storms. First round of storms was more what we call elevated storms, where the bases are high up, less likely to produce tornadoes. Strong low-level jet stream, so just a few thousand feet up, the winds were roaring at 70 to 80 miles an hour, a conveyor belt of moisture and heat. And then further up in the atmosphere, at more airplane altitude, we got the jet stream, the more traditional jet stream off to the west. So systems are moving along that jet stream, but then activity that develops from those systems are propagating east. And so that's what we're seeing here, is this stuff all developed way to the west, but then moving east. So we've got a low to the west. It's going to follow more along those upper level winds straight to the northeast. But this wedge of warmer, more humid air is going to move through today. So these are dew points. 60s, maybe near 70-degree dew points for central and southeastern Minnesota, including the Twin Cities. So you already noticed the humidity going up. It will continue to go up. And a little surge of some warmth too. Now, this particular model is a little aggressive, gets us close to 90, but we probably will be around 80, if not into the low 80s. So this is a more realistic blend of the models, high temperature, close to 80, low to mid 80s in southern Minnesota. So south of this warm front, again, this narrow wedge of warmer, more humid air, and if we get some sun, things will pop. So the Storm Prediction Center gives us an enhanced risk of severe weather. So this is a pretty high risk of possible severe thunderstorms from the Twin Cities into southeastern Minnesota, western Wisconsin. And then looking at a tornado threat, it gives us that 10% chance within a point here within that grid. So that's pretty high risk of some possible strong storms. Again, it's all conditional though, as most of our severe weather is, on destabilizing a bit, but we are seeing the clouds breaking up, clearing out. So it's not going to take a lot of sun today to really destabilize things, add some energy. And the models do clear us out, at least some of them do. This particular model, the one that's going the most aggressive, clears us out pretty substantially. And we're going to be right on the edge of the cap, which is kind of where you want to be. So in blue are some of these warmer temperatures aloft. I know it seems counterintuitive, but just trust me, these are temperatures several thousand feet up that'll kind of keep a lid on things until it really blows up here, once that cold front comes through already off to the west. So the convective available energy, that energy for thunderstorms, high. Significant tornado parameter and the supercell index also high here across east central and southeastern Minnesota. So everything kind of coming together. Again, it will depend on the sun, and it's going to be a fast moving outbreak probably. So as we head into late afternoon, storms pop up here somewhere in central or southeastern Minnesota, western Wisconsin, and then move east. And it's these initial specific cells that could produce some tornadoes, and then it will form more of a line and become more of a wind and hail threat across Wisconsin. But here's three different model scenarios of where those storms could initialize: central Minnesota, maybe right on the metro, or maybe further into southeastern Minnesota. So anywhere in basically the southeastern quarter of the state, which includes St. Cloud into southeastern Minnesota, potential for those storms to pop. And those could be strong, and again, could even produce a tornado or two. So be keeping an eye on that for the late afternoon, evening. 81 today, our first 80 of the season too, almost gets lost in it all because of all the other weather. And then a warm week, more like June or July. In fact, our first 90 is still possible Wednesday or Thursday, near record high temperatures those days. And it stays warm into the weekend. It does look a little cooler later in the weekend, but still above normal.